All right.
And boom, we're live.
Here we are.
Let's go.
Hey everyone, Lisa and Ryan here today to have a discussion about our USDA Organic Super Greens. Now, a green powder is a great addition to any diet. I mean, super high in vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants. This is a supplement to a healthy diet. Okay, this is not used to replace eating fruits and vegetables. Okay, we need to get our first and foremost, we need to get our nutrients from our whole foods. But this is, some people think of it as a safety net, but also I want to point out that if you look at the ingredients in our super greens, these are not ingredients that you are eating on a regular basis. These are not ingredients that you can just go to your local grocery store and source. Right. I mean, I'm talking about the grasses, the wheatgrass, the barley grass, the
moringa,
matcha. I mean, matcha is easier to get, but I mean, there's a lot of supplements in here you're not getting on a daily basis. So this is another reason why it's super important to add this on, in addition to eating a healthy diet of your, your salad and your broccoli and whatnot. So Ryan's gonna go.
Well, hold on, before you do, hit the proprietary blend concept.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do get this question a lot, and I just want to start off with it and point it out. So if you look at the back of our label, you'll also see it on the website. If you click learn more, you'll see the label there as well. So we have listed our proprietary blend, okay? And it has the exact amount. I'll just talk about the first one, LiveGood Greens proprietary blend, 5.7 grams. But then if you look underneath it, we list every single ingredient in that proprietary blend, as well as the exact amount of each of those ingredients. Okay, this is very different than most companies. You will see that they list the proprietary blend, they list the total amount of that blend, and then they list all the ingredients, but they don't tell you the exact amount of each ingredient. And one of the main reasons why we want to do this is, again, we preach full transparency, but it's also, we want to let you know that how much of each ingredient that we're actually putting in there to actually make a difference in your body. Sometimes why that's not listed is you'll see that maybe the cheapest, least important ingredient is used the most in a proprietary blend. And then all the other ingredients, maybe there's just very little of the one that you're really looking for, but
Sprinkles.
It's like a little teeny sprinkle.
Fairy dust.
Not enough to make a difference at all. That's a lot of times why the exact amount of each ingredient is not listed. It's a way for a company to maybe charge more and make more revenue from it. Okay, so big difference on that in the proprietary blend. I want you to check some other companies out and just see if it's ever listed, because honestly, of all the great products out there, I have not seen anyone actually list each ingredient amount. So that's a big one there.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, ready for me?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we're going to talk about, before we get started, I want to kind of define a few things. The superfoods is probably the most common, overused term in nutrition and healthy food market. So what does it mean? Really, there is no definition. It's wonky. It's there's a lot of goofy explanations, but I'm going to just build what the context for what it means to us. It just means that it's a food that's has very high nutrient density. So a lot of vitamins, and it's a plus if it has macronutrients like fats, carbohydrates, or protein. There is no official definition of superfood. It's more so developed as a marketing term. And also in our mind, it relates probably a lot to what we were going to talk about as antioxidants. Right. And the superfood, I want to highlight one that we're going to talk more about, but spirulina is in this product. Spirulina is probably considered a real superfood. The actual World Health Organization says it's the most relevant superfood. And and NASA actually uses it in all of their space travel programs. It is so incredibly high in fats, proteins, carbohydrates as a powder. You want to believe it's something you want to think about. Also very high in micronutrients, which are vitamins, and also in antioxidants. And that's, I think, pretty much what it ends up boiling down to. All right. So I want to define superfoods before we talk. And then I need to also discuss free radicals and antioxidants. All right. That is kind of the premise, the whole foundation of this conversation around super greens and why these products are in it. And I'm going to start with free radicals. So as humans, we mostly have what's considered reactive oxygen species. Those occur as a natural metabolism of energy. They are naturally occurring. However, we tend to get a lot more of these reactive nitrogen species or reactive oxygen species because of added stress. And what are those things? Like, we'll use the obvious one. So ultraviolet radiation, like a bad sunburn, can increase our reactive oxygen, our free radicals. Excess alcohol, tobacco smoke, noxious chemicals, pollutants, environmental stuff. Like if you live near an interstate highway, if you're breathing in diesel fumes a lot, If you have radon in your house, there's a whole bunch of other ones. I'm just trying to think. If you don't get enough restorative sleep, I mean, these things can increase our free radicals. And free radicals they're highly reactive. What does that mean? So on an atomic level, there's a unpaired electron that's kind of hanging out there, and it's desperate for a partner. It's desperate. It's looking to attach to anything. It can and will, in excess and high quantities, attach to DNA and proteins and can disrupt DNA and proteins, leading to chronic disease, causing what they call oxidative stress. That's a bad systemic oxidative stress situation. Now, on the other hand, we have antioxidants. Antioxidants are considered electron donors. They're saying, here you go, let's pair up, let's merge here. And so they're again naturally occurring antioxidants. Foods like phytonutrients, foods high in colorful foods, those are all really dense with antioxidants.
So this is where you use your Pac-Man analogy.
Sure.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
This helps you understand the Pac-Man analogy.
So if you have a free radical kind of hanging out, desperate to find something, and here you have Pac-Man, sort of our antioxidant coming over and just kind of binding and snatching it up. And it's a real important analogy because I want you to understand how they can pair up, they can merge, they can match up, and then it kind of goes away. Now, unchecked excess free radicals causes oxidative stress. And that is the inflammation pathway to all of our chronic disease, cardiovascular disease. Typically cardiovascular disease starts with an insult to the artery, something that causes a particle of cholesterol or lipoprotein to stick to the artery. And believe it or not, reactive oxygen species can cause an LDL to stick to the inside of an artery, which means you start building up a plaque, which means you start decreasing blood flow. These are huge problems. Reactive oxygen, the free radicals are also part of diabetes. They're also part of cancer, a big part of cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, vision loss. I mean, so if you have unchecked free radicals and not enough antioxidants, it does lead into chronic disease.
Right.
So
with that said, having those high doses of antioxidants, all those conditions, those disease states he just mentioned, those are all these antioxidants are going to
in the form of natural foods.
Yeah,
that's what the whole discussion today is, in the form of natural foods. And that's what we're saying today. It's a supplement, but we still encourage, obviously, natural, healthy foods, everything under the rainbow. So one thing I want to talk about too, I want to start with a sleeper ingredient. I don't think people realize that we have ashwagandha in our organic super greens. Ashwagandha is part of Ayurvedic medicine. We're talking the traditional Indian medicine, 6,000 years of use. 6,000. It's like ashwagandha is the flagship of Ayurvedic medicine. So for 6 millennia, they have been using this product, and it's just now starting to catch on in our Western culture. Which is that's kind of crazy. So ashwagandha is considered an adaptogen, very good for managing stress response. It has a role in both psychological and physiological roles. So it really helps you balance out and manage that stress response. It's super important in that regard. Now we use a ashwagandha called KSM 66. You guys should go check it out on the website, read about it. It's incredible. They're only using the roots. They're not using the leaves of the ashwagandha. So they are making sure that the withanolides, which are the active constituents of the plant, they're making sure those withanolides are standardized. And when you look at the root, that's the only thing that's been recognized. It's the thing that's been studied the most. It's recognized by the United States Pharmacopoeia, the British Pharmacopoeia, the Indian Pharmacopoeia. So it is founded. It is well researched. And it's an incredible ingredient, and I'm so happy we have in this LiveGood Organic Super Greens. I mean, it's like nobody realizes it when they finally find out. Like, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear that.
And so you're saying you take this KSM 66 takes the most important part of the ashwagandha. We don't add any
of the leaves,
of the fluff in there to make it more.
Which would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
You can source ashwagandha very cheap and get a lot of leaves. A mixed product.
It's not going to do what you want it to do.
No, it sure won't. And I think that's real important. So I wanted to start with that one. I really want to hit on ashwagandha. It's just incredible how many people don't realize it when they hear it. They're like, oh my gosh, I've heard of it. I want to try it so bad. And it's in here. So that's good. And then the next thing I want to talk about is moringa. Moringa is the miracle tree. And it's just incredible nutrient density. I have to read this little thing on this little blurb on it because the numbers are just crazy. But before I do, it has a nice beneficial effect on diabetes and blood glucose. So here it is. It provides 7 times more vitamin C than oranges. I mean, wow, right? That's crazy. It has 10 times more vitamin A than carrots, 17 times more calcium than milk, 9 times more protein than yogurt, 15 times more potassium than bananas, and 25 times more iron than spinach. Huge, that's big. I mean, high in flavonoids, high in carotenoids. Now, these are all, again, antioxidants and naturally occurring ones. Okay. So anyway, I want to pause here for a moment. Those are 2 of my, I'm so thrilled to have those both in there. So that's moringa and that's ashwagandha. I'm going to pause. Let's take a couple questions. I just know I loaded you guys on science stuff. So if you have any questions on that, go ahead and ask. Lisa, can you read anything in there?
Do the greens help you eliminate? Yes, they can. So they're also, these greens are I was going to talk about some of the other ingredients, but very good in helping detoxify, helps stimulate the liver and the gallbladder. Everything helps to remove. So you might eliminate more, you might urinate more, but all this stuff is what actually helps us rid our toxins.
Cool. What about the question about container size and relative serving size? You get that a lot.
Oh, yes. So a lot of times, I mean, look, you open up, we've probably used some of this, but you open up the container and this, it looks like, whoa, I got gypped. There's not much in there. Not true. Okay. So there is some settlement that goes in there after the manufacturing, with shipping and stuff like that. So when it first manufactured, it's just it's too much to actually fit in a smaller size container.
Correct.
It is your 30 servings. Okay. So
right.
you can check that out, but it's just the container.
Okay.
Yeah. Simple as that. Any others that were coming in?
See if you can scroll down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would be beneficial. There we go.
How long does it last? 30 servings.
We're gonna talk about the probiotics question here in a moment.
Well, I mean, it's a good one. Do our greens have pre or probiotics? Yes, they have probiotics in them. So that there's 10 million, right? Yeah, 10 million CFU per serving. So you do get probiotics in there. That also just increases helping with digestion.
Non-alcoholic fatty liver. Well, look, anytime we're talking about fatty liver, by the way, this product is very important in detoxification. Oh, that's another thing. So we're talking about if you're not getting enough of these foods, what can happen? Well, I mean, look, this stuff supports your immune health. It'll support detoxification pathways within the liver, and we'll talk a little bit about which ingredients do that the best here in a moment.
Why products not registered at the FDA? You could just answer that one real quick.
FDA register? No, they don't regulate. FDA doesn't regulate. Well, they regulate. They don't. You don't get FDA approval on dietary supplements. Dietary supplements are regulated by the FDA in a manner similar to food.
Okay, some of the questions here about. Okay, dosing. So before I go into a few things, I can talk.
We're already running 15 minutes after 12. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about dosing. Some of these were all about dosing, so I'm gonna cover that. Okay, so Ryan talked about a few things, ingredients in there. We also have all of the grasses in there. Okay, question that I commonly get. Well, first of all, the cereal grasses. I mean, they're all very high in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a very strong immune system enhancer. It helps bring oxygen to the blood, so it kind of helps to cleanse the blood itself, helps with lymphatic drainage. So we have all the cereal grasses in here. If you'll notice that we use juice powders versus the powder, this does, yes, when you're using a juice powder, it does remove some of the fiber, but it does also help with you digest it, because some people have trouble digesting some of the grasses. But it actually, using the juice powder makes the juice powder itself more concentrated. So there's more vitamin A, more vitamin E. There's 11 times more calcium than just using a powder form. There's double the iron, nearly 4 times double the chlorophyll. Okay, so that question comes a lot, but really that's just breaking it down. You lose some of the fiber, helps you with digesting it, but you gain so much more. So we have matcha tea. I know a lot of us have heard of matcha tea. It is a very highly healthful green tea, full of antioxidants, full of phenols, helps with cognitive function. It's an anti-inflammatory.
EGCP.
Yeah, it is not caffeinated in our super greens, okay? Because I know a lot of times when you buy it out, but no, there's no caffeine in the super greens. I feel like I have get that question a few times. Oh, then there's our dandelion leaf. I love dandelion. Dandelion is so good for helping improve liver and gallbladder function. Helps to detoxify, as well as dulse. Dulse is in there. Dulse is a sea vegetable.
Oh.
And if you've heard of sea vegetables before, you've probably heard that they're very high in iron, which is, not iron, very high in iodine.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Iodine. And iodine is also, if you've ever been
Thyroid.
diagnosed with low thyroid, yes, iodine can help bring up your thyroid, or help your thyroid function, your thyroid health. Dulse is also high in B vitamins, folate B12, helps with stronger bones, helps with blood flow, great stuff. I talked about the probiotics. There are probiotics in there. There are not prebiotics, but we have the probiotics.
You just talked about sea vegetable too. So the spirulina and the chlorella are also a microalgae species.
Yes.
And which is exciting because they're super easy to grow. They're very much a pound per pound a powerhouse.
Yeah, freshwater algae.
Yeah.
Ryan did talk about spirulina at the beginning, but you know that the protein level in spirulina can actually be comparable to an egg. Like,
wow.
That's a big deal. Yeah, they're full of magnesium, B vitamins, iron. A lot of these things you're hearing us repeat. Just think about how much nutrients you're getting.
Yeah.
Chlorella helps with detoxes from biotoxins.
Yeah.
Think your molds, your heavy metals.
Sure.
Those are big deals. And chlorella is also a complete protein. Being a complete protein means it contains all 9 essential amino acids. So just so many helpful ingredients in here. And again, things that you are not sourcing every day from your grocery store. You're not eating a salad full of sea vegetable salad with chlorella. You're not doing that every day. So it's really important to take these greens. When to take them? You can take them anytime. Okay, they're not stimulating or anything. You can take them on empty stomach. You can take it right before bed, whatever's convenient for you. And yes, you can take it more times a day, depending on like the nutrient load that your body needs and that your goals that you're trying to get at. You can definitely take it multiple times a day. I saw a question on there that you regularly juice. Can this put into your green juice that you juice? 100%. This can be mixed with water, juice, put it into smoothies.
Yeah, sure.
Ryan's going to mix it up right now. I've actually also made a salad dressing with this. I just took some vinegar, some olive oil, and I used this as my base, put it in there. It was delicious, put all over my salad. Any way that you can get it in. Sometimes, I do get, some people have a texture issue. Okay. If you're just a texture person, easy way to do it is put it in a smoothie. Okay. If for some reason you don't like the taste of the grasses, that's another common thing. I don't understand it because for me, I can take anything, totally fine. But if you do have that, put it in with our protein powder. You cannot taste that it's there. I promise you that. So there goes Ryan, just mix it up. It kind of helps to keep stirring because it does settle a little bit. This is Whole Foods ingredients, guys. When you open up, as Nader always says, when you open up and smell it, it's like a fresh garden, and it really is. The taste, it's earthy, but it's sweetened. It's sweetened with monk fruit extract and stevia. So again, if you are diabetic or whatnot, this is sugar-free, but it has that little bit of sweetener from the stevia and the monk fruit that helps that, it helps it be a little more palatable.
All right. Yeah. Hey, a couple real quick things. You talked about organic grasses. There is alfalfa. Alfalfa is the one I was thinking about too for liver detoxification. It actually was done in a study. There's a big study that was commissioned, and they studied the effect of the reverse or the impact of spirulina on liver damage secondary to nicotine exposure. And it was significant. The results were significant. So alfalfa is obviously in this product. And then another quick one too, another study that I saw recently had to do with COVID-19 and really the family of coronaviruses. And it was a Scottish biotech company that was studying the effect of spirulina and the extract on treating viruses, and very positive results coming out about spirulina and its impact and ability to work and manage whatever with coronaviruses and all viruses. So, but they were looking at the SARS, the novel COVID-19 virus. So I thought those were two exciting studies that were coming out on it. Again, not foods you're getting out of your regular diet. One of the reasons probably why, besides the fact that broccoli and some of the cruciferous vegetables are not as palatable when done dosage like this, you also can buy them so readily at the store, make them on your own.
And you should be eating those every day.
Yeah, and you should be eating those every day. Guys, remember, this is a supplement to your diet, right? We're not encouraging this to replace anything. It's just in addition to, and then also continue to do all the other aspects of life that can help set you up for a healthy life, longevity, and support your health goals. You know, those things like stress management, make sure you're getting enough sleep, restorative sleep, you know, physical exercise, and of course, socialization.
I wanted to hit up on another common question that I get in my email is about the gluten-free. Okay?
Oh, that's a big one.
So you will notice on the side, it says contains wheat. Okay. That's because wheatgrass is a wheat product.
Right.
So we have to put on there that it contains wheat, but wheatgrass does not contain gluten. So if you follow a gluten-free diet, you should be totally fine here. When I do get the questions of someone asking if, you know, they have celiac disease, always err on the side of caution with celiac disease. And I would just recommend asking your doctor. You know, just again, it's just for being cautious, because I know, you know, celiac disease, if you consume something that is going to aggravate it, it's a big deal. You don't want that to happen. And the reason wheatgrass is gluten-free is just the harvesting method that it goes through. So definitely contains wheat, but a gluten-free product. Trying to think other questions.
I'm looking.
I've had one that just came in, I think it was today I was answering it, about comparing it to other products. Okay, obviously you see that we compare to other products quite a bit in our price. So I'll just hit that up here now. $18 for members. Oh my goodness, 30-day serving, $18 for members.
So cheap.
And $29.95 for non-members. I mean, huge. But I was getting the question about comparing it to other, it was like another very high quality supplement. And this high quality supplement had so many ingredients in it. But again, you're not seeing how much of that each ingredient in the proprietary blend is. But think of it, if you try to add so many ingredients into one teeny little serving, you are going to have to decrease the amount of each of those ingredients. We want to make sure what is in any of our supplements is a high enough amount to actually do what it's supposed to do with your body.
Effect.
What is the point of that dabbling a little bit of this and a little bit of that? That's not going to make a difference.
For sure.
Okay, so that's why you might notice we don't have an extensive list of ingredients. It's quite a bit, but it's not super extensive. So that's why.
A couple good questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for tuning in. Lisa, any final parting words?
Drink your super greens.
Yeah, get out for it. All right, guys. Y'all have a great week. Rest of your week. It's Monday, so make it a great one. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.